I have never been more certain than I am about these two facts. A, the real estate market here in Seattle seems to be chugging along quite nicely. And two, my God, I need a haircut. Welcome to your May market update.
And now, your Seattle real estate market update with Aaron Janus.
Like every market update, we love to start with some numbers. So let's dive right in. And we'll start with our median sales prices, which in Seattle for the month of April was $751,500, which is up 6.3% year over year. And it's up above the $725,000 it was the month previous. If we look at the Eastside, we're looking at a median home price of $851,000, which is up about 3.8% year over year. And then if we look at King County as a whole, our median price is $650,000, which is up about 4% year over year. Okay, the next set of numbers that we like to take a look at are inventory levels. And if we look in Seattle, this is during the month of April, we're down 30%. Our active listings were year over year, and pending sales were down 42%. So those were off a little bit more April compared to March, but it still brings us to 1.73 months worth of inventory. Now on the east side, we're down about 33%, the active listing inventory year over year, with pending sales down 52%, but that's still equating to 1.64 months worth of inventory. Now, if we look at King County as a whole, we're down, our active inventory is down about 30% year over year, and our pending sales are down 43%. That's 1.57 months of inventory. A little note about the months worth of inventory. I think it's a great stat because it's really independent of the raw number of active listings or the raw pending sales, and it really shows the velocity of the market. And what it means is at the rate at which things are selling, this is how long it would take to sell all of the active listings if no new listings came on the market. What's interesting to note about these stats that I just gave you is that we've been at or below 2 months of inventory in King County for 5 years. I mean, since July of 2015. And anything less than 3 months of inventory is considered a seller's market. And we've been below 2 months for 5 years. We've really been in a seller's market since things turned in about 2013. But yeah, under 2 months, that's really incredible. So this pandemic is obviously, we have enough data now, we can say that it hasn't really disrupted this trend at all. Another piece of data that we like to look at during our market update, of course, are mortgage rates. And our friends over at Freddie Mac say the 30-year fixed rate average is 3.28% for the week ending May 14th. That's down 0.79% from the same time last year when rates were at 4.07. What's even better is the fact that over the past few weeks, mortgage rates have really stabilized. Before that, we had a lot of volatility. Things have kind of smoothed out a little bit, which is great news for buyers. Okay, so what does the real estate market look like right now here in the middle of May? Here's what we know. The number of homes available to purchase is certainly down when compared to the average over the last few years, but it's better than it was in April. And there's certainly more activity now. And now that we have a little more data since beginning of this stay-at-home order and the COVID pandemic, let's take a deeper dive into these numbers. This is from the Northwest Multiple Listing Service, and this accounts for all of the MLS, which encompasses quite a bit of the state, certainly most of Western Washington. And you can look at this breakout week by week, 2019 versus 2020. And you can see those first couple weeks of March, we were really kind of tracking better in 2020 than we were in 2019. And if you look at the new listings, which you'll see right here, you know, this all sort of happened between week 11 and 12, right? So, you know, the number of new listings actually, when this order started, it jumped up. I mean, nearly 10%. You see there was 2,700, almost 2,800 homes that hit the market. And that is most likely because it does take a bit of time to prep listings. So people that were already committed certainly went through and did that, and you could see that. But you can see that we were tracking even more briskly than we were in 2019. Now you can see that following week, a big drop off, that week of March 25th. You can see last year we were at 2,400 listings, dropped to 1,800. So there you can see the effect of this pandemic when it comes to homes that were listed. And you can just see year over year what's happened since then. What's interesting to note is through the end of April, things were down quite a bit. Last week, the week of May 4th, the first week of May, you could see a nice little bump up there in listings. Now, if we look at the pending, these are listings that have sold, have gone under contract. You'll see a similar thing. In fact, there was a little bit. You could see if you look at 2019 versus 2020, that first week, week 10, that first week of March tracked pretty well. And then it actually fell off a little bit in 2020, even before the pandemic really started. But, there was already some stuff in the news and people were starting to wrap their heads around these things. But you could see that it had a significant impact on the pending listings there. Also, what's interesting to note, though, once you get through April into the first week of May, you can also see on the pending side that things have bumped up as well. But you can take a look at those raw numbers. But at the end of the day, we talked about months worth of inventory. That is a true metric of the velocity, the health of the market. It's a seller's market. Are there fewer listings? Absolutely. Are there fewer buyers? Most definitely. But you put the numbers that we have together, and it's a pretty brisk market for those that are in it. So what does this mean if you're a seller right now? Well, 1/3 of the homes that have come on the market since May 1st have gone under contract. Demand is high. So what does that mean if you're a buyer right now? Well, the market is significantly less competitive for buyers than it was. In a hot area, a hot home could receive 5, 10, upwards of 10 offers. Maybe now it receives 1, 2, 3 offers. The fact is that there are fewer buyers, and it's making that less competitive. Still a seller's market, but there's definitely some opportunities out there. As always, we're here for you. If you have any questions, obviously your situation is going to be as unique as you are, and we would love to help you craft a solution that is unique to your particular situation. Likewise, if you have friends or family or coworkers, neighbors, whoever is looking for some guidance, we would love to be the one that you count on to refer. So please do. And of course, subscribe to us on all the social medias. We've got some really great content coming out over the next few months, and we hope you like it. And of course, we're always here for feedback. So stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
House goals realized. JanusGroup at RE/MAX Integrity.
It's a tooth!